Somebody somewhere right now is about to overpay for a Patek by almost 100 grand. Dead serious. There's a watch on this list that was going for $240,000 not that long ago, and it just quietly lost close to $100,000 of that. Nobody's talking about it. 6 Patek Philippe references just took a hit. One of them is now sitting below its own retail price, which for a Patek almost never happens. Stay with me, because number 3 is going to make you rethink everything you thought you knew about how safe these things really are. Let's get into it. Number 6. Patek Philippe Aquanaut Travel Time. Reference 5164A. This one is a masterclass in how fast discontinued hype can fall apart once people stop believing it. A 40.8mm steel case. Dual time zone complication with day and night indicators. Patek's signature rounded octagon shape. Caliber 3-2-4 movement with 45 hours of power reserve. The second Patek discontinued the steel version. Speculators went absolutely nuts. At one point, this watch was changing hands for $125,000, nearly 3 times retail. Today, you are finding it between $66,000 and $72,000, close to 45% off that peak. Still well above retail, but here's the kicker. Patek kept making the exact same complication in white gold. The moment people realized this was not actually going anywhere, that manufactured scarcity just deflated. A wild lesson in how fake scarcity can be. Number 5. Patek Philippe Aquanaut Green. Reference 5168G-010. If you were on Watch Instagram in 2022, you already know this watch. The khaki green white gold Aquanaut, a 42.2mm solid white gold case. That loud khaki green textured dial, rubber strap to match. It had presence. It had that celebrity wrist shot energy. And for a hot minute, it was the flex piece. Retail is $57,890. During the 2022 to 2023 hype window, this thing was trading north of $140,000. Fast forward to now, sitting between $78,000 and $85,000. Roughly 40% off that peak. A lot of that original price tag was just social media doing what social media does. Once the market started getting rational again, this turned out to be one of the shakier pieces in Patek's entire lineup. Still gorgeous, still turns heads, but if you are expecting rock-solid value here, slow down a little. Number 4. Patek Philippe Annual Calendar. Reference 5205 G-013. This one genuinely caught me off guard because it is not even a sports watch. It is a dressy complication, and it still got hammered. 40mm white gold case with scalloped lugs. Gorgeous blue sunburst dial showing day, date, month in an arc with a moon phase tucked in. Genuinely serious watchmaking. The kind of thing collectors deeply respect. Retail is $67,267. Back in 2023 to 2024, it was trading right around that same number. But right now it has dropped to somewhere between $41,000 and $44,500. Sit down for this one. This Patek is now trading roughly 35% below its own retail price. For a Patek, that basically never happens. But what is going on is actually simple. Everybody is chasing steel sports watches right now. Dress complications in precious metal have just fallen out of favor. The dial is still stunning. The movement is still impressive. The market just is not paying for it the way it used to. Number 3. Patek Philippe Annual Calendar Chronograph. Reference 5905 R-001. This is the rose gold flyback chronograph with an annual calendar built in, and it has become a perfect example of how exposed precious metal complications got once things started cooling down. 42mm rose gold case, warm brown sunburst dial, chronograph sub-registers, calendar windows, all running off the caliber CH28-520. A flyback chronograph and an annual calendar in one movement. Genuinely serious engineering. Retail is $75,100. At its peak in 2023, to 2024, it climbed as high as $95,000, now sitting between $61,000 and $65,000. Call it 18 to 20% under retail, or about 32% off the top. The private buyers who were bidding this up basically disappeared, chasing steel sports watches instead. Turns out these gold complications were not nearly as liquid as everybody assumed during the boom. When the money moved, this is exactly what got left behind. Number 2, Patek Philippe Nautilus, white gold. Reference 5811 G-001, the successor to the legendary steel 5711. And honestly, the cleanest example of hype deflation you are going to find anywhere in the watch world right now. 41mm solid white gold integrated bracelet, that blue sunburst dial with horizontal embossing that makes a Nautilus from across the room. Gerald Genta's original design, still running strong. This is Patek's most iconic sports watch, full stop. Retail is $82,021. When Patek killed off the steel 5711 and this white gold version stepped up as the new flagship, the secondary market lost its mind. Prices north of $240,000 at the absolute peak. Today, somewhere between $138,000 and $145,000, nearly $100,000 gone. A 40% drop from the top. It is still trading about 70% above retail, so do not hear correction and think this thing is cheap. It is not, but it is proof that even the most iconic Patek is not immune to gravity. Number 1. Patek Philippe Calatrava. Reference 5196G. And here is the one that nobody is talking about, but should be. This is modern Patek dress watchmaking in its purest form. 37mm of 18-karat white gold. Caliber 215, PS manually wound movement. Geneva seal certified. 65 hours of power reserve, exhibition caseback. Silver gray dial with applied baton indices and Dauphine hands. The design language the Calatrava has carried since 1932, unchanged because it has never needed to change. Retail is approximately $30,000. Right now on the secondary market, clean, well-documented examples are trading between $18,000 and $22,000. A genuine $8,000 to $12,000 below what Patek boutiques charge new. Why? Simple. Everybody is chasing steel sports watches. Dress watches in precious metal are being completely ignored. But that means you can buy a manually wound white gold Patek Philippe with Geneva seal certification for under $20,000. That gap is not going to stay open forever. 6 Patek Philippe watches, all of them cheaper than they were. The annual calendar and the annual calendar chronograph are the most interesting, trading at or below retail right now. The Nautilus references are still expensive, but meaningfully off their peaks. Nobody can tell you where the floor is, but the data is real. Which one would you buy right now? Drop it in the comments. Subscribe for more. See you in the next one. Left Behind.